Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maria and I make a lot of interior design videos, mainly about budget-friendly, renter-friendly interior design. I live in a cottage in the countryside of Norway and I've made a lot of videos about this place and projects that I've done in this house. But lately I've also branched out a little bit and started doing some stuff in other people's homes, which has been a lot of fun. And that is the thing that we're gonna do today, because we're going back to my friend Ragnhild's apartment and doing a part 2 of the makeover project there. So I did the part 1 of that makeover a couple of months ago, and it was really fun to make that video, and I think a lot of you guys enjoyed it. If you want to watch the part 1, you can click the link down below here in the description. We started with some really blank slates. It was like a really white home with some grey furniture, and Ragnhild kind of almost hadn't unpacked her boxes even. She had been living there for many months, but she just never really found the time and the budget to do something with the apartment and make it a home, really. But yeah, we managed to do a lot of things with the place, and I felt like it went from being kind of this blank slate to being more of a real home and being a bit more her. But there were still so many things that I would have done if I was really going into it. So I said in the video that I would probably make a part 2, and a lot of you guys said that you would love that. So that's what we're doing today. We're going back to her apartment and we're finishing what we started. To start this video off right, I feel like we need to kind of recap a little bit and look at what we did in the last makeover part 1, and also see a little bit what were the things that weren't working, the things that I really need to work on in this part 2 of the makeover. So we started with a really blank slate, as I mentioned. Ragnhild didn't really have that much furniture. She had one grey sofa, a sofa table that was this orange pine wood that neither of us really liked, and then she had a couple of white cabinets that were really very blank against the white wall, and there was also a dining table with some dining room chairs and a rug underneath. When you're starting out with such a blank slate, it's kind of nice to focus your budget on the things that will both be aesthetically pleasing and functional at the same time, because your budget is so limited and you don't want to splurge on huge things that are just accessories and decoration. You kind of want to focus on buying furniture or just functional pieces. So that was kind of what I started with. I got her a lot of functional things. You can see more of it in the video, but one of the main things were that I added some shelving to the bathroom and to the hallway as well, which was really nice underneath this big mirror that she had. And I also added a shelf to the living room that kind of became a nice decoration point because we put some other things on it that she had from before. We also stained these shelves in a color that is called antique oak, and I also stained the sofa table, the orange looking sofa table, with the same stain so that it would be cohesive, and the sofa table turned out much nicer. We both like it a lot more now. I really struggled with the TV the last time. I didn't have anything to put it on, so I was trying out a lot of different ways to just get the TV off the ground or just put it somewhere where it would look nice. But I didn't manage to find any furniture that she could put the TV on, so I decided that I would do this next time. And we're definitely gonna work with that a little bit more. Another thing that is really important when you're starting out like this is to work a lot with the configuration of the room. Put furniture different places in the room, just test out all sorts of ways to arrange the furniture. Because if you just put it one place and you leave it there for too long, a lot of the times you will get so used to it that it will be hard to change it out. So I worked a lot with just putting the furniture different places, and there were a couple of ways to put the furniture that I liked, but I ended with this one because I wanted to have this nice feeling when you came in through the door of just seeing this cozy nook underneath the shelf there. And I ended up on this configuration, but I'm actually gonna work a bit more with it in this video because I think there are other ways to put the furniture that can look nicer. Another thing that we need to do is to add some more light sources in the room. That was something I mentioned in the last video. I added a ceiling lamp over her dining room table and also a reading lamp by the sofa, but it wasn't really enough. It felt quite dark there still. Also, I really want to do something more with the wall behind the dining room area because it's like very, very white and blank, especially with a table that is also white. So we're gonna do something there. We also definitely need a rug underneath the sofa, and yeah, overall there's a lot of fun things I'm gonna work with in this video. But I think that is enough for now. I'm gonna fill you in on some more details as we go, and I think now we need to just get to the apartment. So we're back at the apartment, and I have my helper here. This is Linus. He's staying with me for the night. Yes, you are. Hey, are you gonna help me out? I doubt it. It's probably the opposite, I think. It is so freaking dark in here. I don't know, you guys probably can't see it, but I had to turn my ISO up a lot on the camera right now. So it's evening time, of course. It's gonna get brighter tomorrow, but I think one of the first things I'm gonna do is actually to add some light sources so that I can work in better light. And then there are some other things that I'm gonna show you. I actually got Ragnhild a TV stand. It is kind of small, but it was very budget friendly, and we both think that it would look nicer maybe to lift it a bit from the floor. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put some legs on this. And then there is the general question of the configuration of everything. Like, are we gonna move things? Because now the TV is in between the windows, and I don't know, I don't like that very much. So I got Ragnhild this lamp, and it was gifted from Benedict's parents. Yeah, so it's basically a free lamp, and it's really a nice one. It can go higher, like this, which is really nice, because then it's much more easy to play around with the placement of it. So for now, I'm just gonna place it somewhere random, because I just need it for the light right now. Then there's this guy that I thrifted for $15. Gonna place that here. That's nice. I'm gonna try and add like a different bulb that is a bit brighter so that she has a bit more working light here. Yeah, that's good. That is much better. And then she can dim it as well, so brighter or chill. Yeah. By the way, this whole video is not gonna be in the dark. It was just that I decided I needed more than one day to do this, so I arrived in the evening to start working on the configuration of the room, and as last time, it was a struggle. When you're trying to figure these things out, it's really smart to just move things around, because you can never know how it will look unless you actually try it. But it's a lot of physical work, I tell you, and you can get a little bit frustrated in the end. The main problem with this living room is that there are too many rectangular things. Rectangles? Yeah. So the couch is rectangular, this is rectangular, you know? And then the worst thing, this is rectangular, like this. She needs a round table. But it still is this thing where we are on a budget and we have done stuff to, you know, fix up this thing. And yeah, she doesn't want to buy another table right now. She likes this one right now, and I just have to deal with that. I have tried finding her round tables as well that are like cheap and stuff, and I haven't been able to. Yeah, we're just gonna roll with what we have. It's kind of hard to make this work for now, but I think I'm gonna leave this problem to when Ragnhild is back so that she can be here discussing it with me. But now I'm just gonna bring in the rug so that at least that is in the mix, because I think that's gonna make a difference as well to how everything looks. So this is a part wool, part cotton rug, and it's kind of neutral because that's kind of what she likes. It's not the biggest rug, but it's big enough that the sofa will be fitting on it. And here's like an important thing: if you have a rug that doesn't like fit all the way under your sofa and all the way over to the TV, then the most important thing is to have the first two legs of the sofa on the carpet. So as long as you have the first two legs, it looks kind of nice, and you don't have to buy like a huge rug that will like fit everything on it. Immediate difference. Immediate difference. Like getting one rug, people. What a difference it makes. This suddenly looks like a home now. Alright, so we have the legs. I'm gonna try to see if they fit well on this TV stand. For that, I need them to be a different color, because this, yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is nice, do you? So I feel like we need to take a moment and appreciate these legs, because I definitely spent a lot of time researching and trying to find some wooden legs to put on this TV stand. It was something that I thought would be very cheap and budget friendly, you know, just to like kind of revamp the TV stand a little bit. But it was so expensive. Ragnhild would actually have had to use maybe like $80 to buy 4 simple wooden legs for this TV stand. Then it would almost have been more cheap to just thrift a dresser and then take the legs of that and then put it on this kind of TV stand. That was also not an option because we didn't want to just lug around a dresser without legs afterwards. I decided to look through my own closets and cabinets to see if I had some stuff that maybe could be made into legs for a dresser. And I found these 4 wooden legs that we actually took off a table a couple of years ago because we wanted the tabletop for something else. And they were of course not necessarily the thing I had been looking for, and they were also a bit too long. So my wonderful boyfriend Bendik was so nice to actually cut them to the size that I wanted them to be, and voila, we had some legs. So I think I'm gonna wax them in the same color as the table we have here, because I still have some left of that. The color is called Antique Oak, and it's from Osmo. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow then, and then hopefully they're gonna do the trick. Signing off for tonight with a glass of wine, and yeah, continuing tomorrow in the daylight. I think that is what I can do for today. Did I sleep better this time? Yes, I actually did. Last time I was here, I slept so badly. I really am so bad at sleeping in other people's homes. It's just always a problem. But Ragnhild and I just carried this dresser in here now, and I'm gonna try to figure out where to put it. There are like a couple of things in here that I'm gonna move out of the room. I think we're gonna put these in the guest bedroom so that she still has the storage, but it doesn't have to be like in the living room.
Oh yes, neither Ragnhild or I am gonna miss those white cabinets. They are not super nice, especially not when the whole room is white. And putting in this dresser really made a big difference in my opinion. Bringing in both warmth and personality, and also matching really well with the TV stand.
So one of the reasons why I chose the teak one is that there's also the teak thing underneath the TV. So now we have like 2 wood tones that are the same. And then we have 2 other wood tones. And yeah, it's kind of like, you know, with wood tones, it is kind of the same as with colors. If you have only one thing that is this red wood tone, it kind of looks a little bit like it's sticking out, kind of. But if you have maybe 2 items in the same wood tone, and then maybe 2 items in another wood tone, it kind of feels cohesive again. Yeah, you don't have to do that, but it's nice to have at least 2 items, or 3 preferably, that are the same wood tone. Then you will feel like there are, yeah, more cohesiveness basically to the room.
I tested putting the dresser on the wall by the TV as well, and it's not a bad placement by any means, but I wanted to have it somewhere else because I liked not having both the teak furnitures be on the same wall. And also I was trying not to fill this wall with lots of furniture and then leave all the other walls bare.
If you seek Amy.
Nei, du har sunget på meg, for det er det jeg synger på! For det er akkurat det jeg går og synger på!
Hva synes du? Jeg synes det var ganske fint der egentlig.
Ja.
Fordi
Den var svær.
den er ganske stor.
Ja.
Men jeg tror det egentlig bare er bra. Jeg tror bare det er liksom vanesak for deg å ha litt større ting her inne. Kan ikke du si til kamera at du liker konfigurasjonen av sofaen?
Det er for mye bedre!
Men du gjør det da, gjør du ikke det?
Ja!
Then it was time to put the legs on the TV stand. And here is where you are supposed to measure things, I think, and just mark things up so that all the legs are in the same spot on the TV stand. But I am kind of lazy and impatient, so I just eyeballed it, honestly. I don't necessarily recommend doing that because it might turn out really bad, but in this case it actually turned out pretty great, so I don't recommend doing it, but I did it, it was fine, and I'm feeling pretty freaking smug about it, I have to say.
Møbler ble finere,
Ja.
så jeg synes det var veldig flink møbeldesigner.
Ja. Det er bra.
Altså jeg synes det var ganske bra gjort på øyemål. Må jeg si.
I think this really shows how much of a difference adding legs to a furniture piece can make. It looks so much better. I installed the computer that Ragnhild uses to watch movies in the TV stand, and then I put the cords down through the back of it so that they wouldn't be so visible. And then I was back again with figuring out where to put the whole TV. And I put it in the corner again to show Ragnhild and discuss with her what she liked the most. The thing about this option that we both like is that the TV does not become the center of attention when you're sitting in the sofa. And also you can gather more people around the sofa table without the TV stand being in the way. And since the TV stand looks a little bit too small for this big TV, it's kind of nice to have it in the corner so it looks like we kind of did it on purpose, even though we didn't. But who will know that, you know, when it's in the corner like that?
Jeg synes egentlig jeg likte det.
Ja, du liker det?
Ja, for da ble den litt unna.
Kanskje vi skal prøve det.
Jeg synes det var fint.
Okay, there's one thing that came up time and time again in the last makeover video in the comments, and that is she really needs some curtains in here. Ragnhild mentioned being on the ground level and feeling kind of like exposed because people can look in through the windows, and curtains are really good for solving that problem. But not only that, they also create a much more textured and homey feeling to a room. Curtains can sometimes be a bit tricky to find, in my opinion, because the ready-made ones that you buy in the shops are often not the right measurements for your windows. It can often be quite expensive to buy the wrong curtains and end up realizing that you will have to like tailor them to fit to your windows, and it's just like a lot of hassle. And that is where today's sponsor, Mrs. Awesome, comes in. Mrs. Awesome creates custom curtains fully tailored to your measurements. Their fabrics are also Ecotech certified, which means they are free from harmful chemicals. So much better for you and for the environment. They offer a wide range of beautiful, bright, neutral colors and also a lot of different fabrics to choose between. The curtains I ordered for Ragnhild's home are the washed linen flax linen drapery collection, and they are the white option. These curtains just made such a big difference in this makeover that I don't even know what I would do without them. They just really completed the room and created such a homey and custom feeling to it. And if you want to create the same warm and inviting feeling in your own home, you can click the link down in the description and use the code MARIA94 to get a 12% discount on their curtains. I really recommend them, and I want to say a big thank you to Mrs. Awesome for sponsoring today's video and helping me create such a beautiful home for my friend. Alright, so Ragnhild has been out fetching a shelf. It was $15, I think. We're gonna mount this to the wall somewhere.
With the curtains hung and the configuration of the furniture decided, it was starting to come together a lot more. And I really feel like this bookshelf was missing here. This goes back to what I said in the beginning about functionality and aesthetics coming together in beautiful harmony, because Ragnhild has a lot of books and she also has some things, some items that would be nice to put in a shelf. And yeah, this bookshelf just really becomes both functional and beautiful at the same time. If you're struggling to fill your bookshelf with books, you can always put other items in there. I found a couple of trinkets that Ragnhild had from before. This dog is actually made by her great-grandfather, so that is a really nice thing to exhibit, I think. Also, I put some candles in there, but that's of course a fire hazard, so you have to be mindful if you're gonna actually light them. Generally, I do not recommend putting candles in bookshelves at all, really, but yeah, they served as a nice decoration for now, and I was being really careful.
Okay, I have something that I just want to do, I think, because I have something that I know she will hate. That is this little guy here. I have a lot of these, and I'm just gonna put them in all the like places, like the candle holders, and pretty sure she's gonna discover some of them, but then she won't really see the other ones. It's kind of cute, but she doesn't like that kind of stuff, you know, all that trinket.
With the shelf and the other furniture in place, it was starting to become time for the finishing touches. And I started by hanging this cyanotype artwork that Bendik has made. It is actually a gift for Ragnhild because she is turning 30 very soon. Cyanotype is a photographic printing process which produces blue prints. Bendik has worked a lot with this technique in the last few years, and we're actually thinking that this print and some other cyanotype prints will be available to buy on our first launch of the webshop. So if you are interested in it, I would highly recommend that you check out Bendik's webpage that I have linked down below, and you sign up for the email list. The people on the email list will be some of the first people to know when the webshop is open. So yeah, I just wanted to shamelessly plug that here. I am really excited to sell Bendik's artwork, as you guys maybe understand. I went over this whole dresser with some wood conditioner that I brought from home. I find that it often gives teak furniture a much deeper and more beautiful finish. Then I styled the dresser with a plant and some candle holders that I have thrifted. I cleaned out the windowsills and started restyling them as well. Personally, I prefer not to have too much stuff in my windows, as I like the outside world to come in as much as possible, and I don't want to have anything in the way. But Ragnhild likes to have her plants and a couple of candle holders in the window because of the privacy, which makes a lot of sense in her situation. And of course, it's also much better for the plants because they get a lot of light in the winter time.
This is also really nice because it hides the cord behind here. So that's really, really nice.
I also got this fruit bowl for free at the thrift store the other day, so I gave that to her instead of this baking tray that she was using. I cleaned off the sofa table and I hung a couple of more pictures underneath the shelf so that it wouldn't look overly symmetrical there. And then there was finally time for the dining room area.
So the good thing about this wall now kind of being filled is that we can put the picture that was here over here on the wall, because this wall is really missing something. It needs something a little bit bold as well. So I know some of you are going to feel like this lamp is kind of in the way of the picture, but keep in mind that this table is quite big, so there are many angles here that we are going to be able to see the picture. It's just not that visible from this specific angle, but from most other angles you can see it, and also when you sit here you can see it, which is nice. And I just like kind of like this pop of gold over here. I feel like it's a bit bold, but it also kind of, yeah, it kind of marks the area in a way. It like centers your gaze a little bit. So I like it. I'm done. That feels so crazy. I didn't really think I would pull this together. But I was so wrong, you guys. This room feels so much better now. This is so much better. So I'm gonna show you the reveal now, and I'm also gonna show you like the first and second and then now, you know, so that you can see like all three stages. Yeah, I'm excited about it and I hope you like it. Yeah, wow, I'm so glad I managed to pull this together. Let's do the reveal.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really enjoyed this project and I'm really excited about how everything turned out in the end. Ragnhild was also really happy about it, which is of course the most important thing. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Nei, altså den skal være inn mot vinduet, ja, så det ikke syns liksom.
Jeg vet det da!
Og så kan det være en fordel å ha hele gardinstanga ikke på.
Jævla kanintelys! Men vet du da, hallo, kan du stoppe nå? Maria! Hva vitsen med å gjøre det ordentlig når vi ikke gjør det ordentlig?
Jeg gjør det ordentlig, jeg flyttet ned litt opp, det går jo bra. Jeg må skal komme mye med til forskjell. Ja, det var bra å legge det. Ser du ikke fint?
det stjernen, liksom?
Ja.
Nei, det var sikkert feil. Skal jeg fortelle deg en helt magisk ting? Skal vi sette opp en skrue på hver av de, så jeg slipper å stå sånn her?
Nei.